Hi guys, Chris from the Pro Shop. Masters Week this week. So what's the most sort of like standout feature that Augusta has, other than the fact that the place is spotless? I think it's the speed of the greens for me, okay? And so that got me thinking, well, what could I do to help the members, give them a tip to help their own games, but also to perhaps give them an appreciation of what the players might be doing when they're out on the greens, as a way to try and combat that scary speed that Augusta seems to have. So we've come out here, we're on 17B at the moment. Main golf course is super busy at this moment in time. The sun's out, so hopefully you're all out there playing golf. But we thought we'd take this opportunity to offer you a tip. So I'm going to pull my putter out here. Okay, it is pretty classic in style, so I'm not going to bore you too much with any of the features and benefits of it. What I'm going to go straight into is actually go into talking about what I do when I'm on the course. So this is something that you could do potentially if you was to play away, to understand the green speed straight away. But hopefully if I explain it well enough, you can start to see how you could use this to make a positive stroke, potentially when the greens are quicker, but it will be traveling over a shorter distance. But let me come and explain it. So if we come onto the green, what I would do, first off, okay, I'll put a tee in the ground. Okay, we're going to ignore the flag at this moment in time. Just try and sort of take the idea that I'm on the putting green. From here, I'll walk 10 paces. So I'm going to just use my own body stride at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 10 paces between the 2 points. We'll take a couple of putts. So what I would do is then I'll take a couple of balls, always using the same compression golf ball, based around the fact that I want the same feel off the ball. I would then look at that and think, okay, well, how far does that need to go? What does 10 paces feel like? Okay, so I'm standing here, I'm looking at it, and I can feel what that looks like, 10 paces. So I would then hit a couple of putts from here. And you can hopefully see that I've judged that, roughly speaking, hopefully an area where I would be able to get the next putt. So the point being is that once you have 10 paces and you understand the green speed of the greens you're playing on that day, you can then potentially adjust from that. So what I'm going to explain is, so now we're going to go up to this one here. Now if I stood this side, okay, and I hit the putt now, and I hit it 10 paces, I'm going to hit it the same pace, hopefully, that I hit the last putt. Okay, so I'm going to see if Paul can watch this. I'm going to try and base my stroke around the same length, and some of you might have already figured out what should happen. Okay, so I take the same feeling and sensation. Okay. And there, so I'm not going to react to that last putt. I still want to hit it 10 paces. What you'll see is both of those balls are actually past the hole, okay? And you'll be thinking, well, it's not 10 paces. But what I didn't calculate is it's now downhill, okay? So when it's downhill, I would no longer stand above that putt and think it was 10 paces. I would have an educated guess. So when I stood over the putt, I'll be standing there, I'll be trying to make a positive stroke, and rather than decelerate, I'll be thinking to myself, how hard do I have to hit it for an 8-pace putt? Okay, so I'm trying to take off some of the yardage that I know it's going to roll out extra by, in my head, working on a slightly different number. It is putting by numbers, okay, so what you might see is you might see the likes of Rory, the likes of Scotty, they're stand-over putts that are potentially 15 foot long. They could be standing in their head and thinking, okay, I'm going to make a stroke that ordinarily might have been a putt that was 11 foot long for them, so the top speed. Okay, hopefully what this will do is gives you a bit of an inclination and a bit of an idea of how they're going to try and cope with the greens at Augusta this week.